Welcome to Wise Words. Are your legs feeling weaker lately? Do you struggle with stairs that once felt effortless? If you've found yourself needing to pause often or feeling fatigued after standing for just a few minutes, you're not alone. These are common concerns for many individuals over the age of 60. Today, we're diving deep into a crucial topic that affects your everyday life: the foods you eat and how they might be silently weakening your legs. As we age, it's natural for muscle strength to decline. Research shows that after the age of 60, muscle strength decreases by about 1 to 2% annually. However, what's often overlooked is that our dietary choices can accelerate this decline significantly, by as much as 30%. Yes, you heard that right. The foods you choose to consume play a pivotal role in maintaining your leg strength and overall mobility. Let's take a moment to reflect on this. What's on your plate might be impacting not just your legs, but your independence and quality of life. Imagine enjoying a leisurely walk without the nagging worry of fatigue or weakness. Wouldn't it be great to climb stairs without feeling winded or needing support? These simple movements are fundamental to maintaining an active and independent lifestyle. In today's video, we'll discuss 3 common foods that could be undermining your leg strength. We'll explore how these foods affect your muscles and what you can do to reclaim your strength. But before we dive into the specifics, let's look at some compelling statistics. A study from the National Institute on Aging reveals that many seniors underestimate the impact of their diet on their physical capabilities. It's not just about getting older, it's about making informed food choices that support your health. Now, I want to hear from you! Where are you watching from? Share your city in the comments below. Connecting with you is essential, and your experiences can help foster a supportive community among our viewers. Also, if you find value in today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing health advice tailored specifically for seniors. So, what are these 3 stealthy culprits that could be wreaking havoc on your leg's strength? Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover how processed foods, refined sugars, and high-sodium items are silently affecting your mobility. Understanding these impacts is the first step toward making healthier choices. We'll also provide practical tips on how you can adjust your diet to not only halt the decline of muscle strength, but also to rebuild what may have been lost over the years. This isn't just about eliminating certain foods, it's about empowering you with knowledge and simple strategies to enhance your health. Stay tuned as we explore these topics in depth. Your journey to stronger legs and greater independence starts now. Let's take this journey together and uncover the truth behind the foods that might be holding you back. Join the conversation in the comments, and let's support each other on the path to improved health and vitality. Now that we understand the crucial link between our diet and leg strength, let's delve into the 3 specific foods that might be silently weakening your legs after 60. These culprits are likely sitting in your kitchen right now, making their way into your meals without you realizing their impact on your mobility and independence. The first food category we'll examine is processed foods containing trans fats. These are not just occasional indulgences, but have become staples in many seniors' diets due to their convenience and long shelf life. From frozen dinners to packaged snacks, these foods contain artificial ingredients that directly impact your muscle function. The second category is refined sugar, which might surprise you. While we often associate sugar with weight gain or diabetes, its impact on muscle strength is less discussed but equally significant. Those sweet treats you enjoy with your afternoon tea, or the hidden sugars in your healthy breakfast cereal, could be contributing to your leg weakness more than you realize. The third category focuses on high-sodium foods. Salt is essential for our bodies, but excessive consumption, which is common in the modern diet, can have detrimental effects on your leg strength through mechanisms we'll soon explore in detail. What makes these foods particularly concerning is how ubiquitous they are in our daily lives. According to recent research from the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, the average person over 60 consumes at least one of these problematic foods in 87% of their meals. This statistic highlights why understanding their impact is so crucial for maintaining your mobility. As we examine each category, we'll explore not just why these foods are problematic, but also provide practical, easy to implement alternatives that don't sacrifice taste or convenience. We'll look at the science behind how these foods affect your muscles and circulation, backed by recent studies and expert opinions. I'm curious, before we dive deeper, can you guess which of these 3 food categories might be most prevalent in your diet? Perhaps you're already suspecting one or more of these foods might be affecting your leg strength. Take a moment to reflect on your typical meals and snacks. Are processed foods a regular part of your diet for convenience? Do you have a sweet tooth that leads you to sugary treats? Or perhaps you enjoy salty snacks and prepared foods without realizing their sodium content? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights might help others recognize similar patterns in their own diets. Plus, I'd love to know which of these 3 categories you're most interested in learning about. Is there one that particularly concerns you? Remember, awareness is the first step toward positive change. By identifying these problematic foods in your diet, you're already on the path to stronger legs and greater independence. In the next sections, we'll examine each food category in detail, giving you all the information you need to make healthier choices. Let's start our journey toward better leg strength by understanding exactly how processed foods and trans fats affect your muscles. This knowledge will empower you to make informed decisions about what goes on your plate and ultimately, how confidently you can move through the world. Let's examine our first culprit: processed foods and trans fats, the hidden enemies of your leg strength. These seemingly convenient options might be making your daily activities increasingly difficult. Do you remember when standing up from your favorite chair was effortless? When climbing stairs didn't leave you breathless? If these simple movements have become challenging, processed foods might be the surprising culprit, not simply your age. Let me share Margaret's story. At 72, she was always the first to volunteer for community activities in her Phoenix neighborhood. But gradually, she noticed her legs feeling heavier, her movements becoming more labored. My doctor checked everything: heart, blood pressure, even did X-rays of my knees. Everything looked normal for my age, Margaret told me. What changed her life wasn't medication. It was discovering how her convenient meals were undermining her strength. But what exactly happens in your body when you consume processed foods? The science is compelling. According to research published in the Journal of Gerontology, processed foods trigger a cascade of inflammatory responses throughout your body. Dr. Rebecca Chen from Harvard Medical School explains, this chronic low-grade inflammation restricts proper blood flow to your muscles, essentially creating traffic jams in the highways that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles. Even more concerning, the trans fats in these foods reduce muscle protein synthesis by up to 50%. In simple terms, your body's ability to repair and build muscle is cut in half, accelerating muscle loss in your legs. A 2022 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 who consumed processed foods daily showed a 32% greater decline in leg strength over 3 years compared to those who ate mostly whole foods. Let's identify these processed foods in your kitchen right now. Those convenient frozen dinners can contain up to 500 mg of sodium and several grams of trans fats, a combination that promotes inflammation and restricts blood flow to your leg muscles. Visual cues to look for include a lengthy ingredient list with items you can't pronounce. The deli meats in your refrigerator are loaded with preservatives called nitrates that contribute to blood vessel inflammation. Even low-sodium varieties often contain harmful preservatives and additives. Fast food is particularly damaging to leg strength. A typical fast food meal combines trans fats, excessive sodium, and refined carbohydrates, a triple threat to your mobility. Research shows seniors who consumed fast food twice weekly experienced up to 30% more leg weakness compared to those who avoided it. Your morning routine might include seemingly innocent breakfast foods, packaged muffins, instant oatmeal packets, and breakfast cereals that promise to be healthy, but contain hidden sugars and preservatives. Even that toast with margarine delivers trans fats directly to your bloodstream, setting up inflammation before you've even started your day. The good news: you can reclaim your leg strength with simple substitutions. Instead of frozen dinners, try batch cooking simple, fresh meals once a week. Margaret now spends Sunday afternoons preparing easy proteins like baked chicken breasts and fish fillets, along with roasted vegetables and sweet potatoes. She portions these into containers for easy reheating throughout the week. For convenient proteins without preservatives, hard-boiled eggs, canned wild salmon, and rotisserie chicken remove the skin, offer quick meal solutions. When craving sandwich meats, slice actual roasted turkey or chicken breast instead of using processed deli meats. Replace vegetable oils and margarine with olive oil, avocado oil, or small amounts of real butter to eliminate a major source of inflammation. Your body recognizes and processes these natural fats more efficiently. Within just 3 weeks of reducing processed foods, Margaret noticed less heaviness in her legs. By the 2-month mark, she was walking around her block without needing to rest. "I never thought what I ate could make such a difference in how my legs feel," she shared. "What small step could you take today? Perhaps start with just one meal, or replace one processed item with a fresh alternative." I'd love to hear which processed foods you currently eat and which ones you might consider replacing first. Share your thoughts in the comments below! Now let's turn our attention to the second culprit silently weakening your legs: refined sugar, the sweet saboteur of your mobility and independence. Do you enjoy that sweet morning coffee, that afternoon cookie, or that little dessert after dinner? These small daily pleasures might seem harmless, but they could be significantly impacting your leg strength. Let me introduce you to Howard, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Boston. "I've always had a sweet tooth," Howard confessed. "A spoonful of sugar in my coffee, a pastry with breakfast, and usually some ice cream while watching evening television. I never connected these treats to why I was having trouble with my balance, or why my legs felt so weak and achy by mid-afternoon. But what exactly makes sugar so harmful to your leg strength? The science behind this is fascinating and well documented. When you consume refined sugar, your blood glucose levels spike rapidly. Your body responds by releasing large amounts of insulin to manage this sudden flood of sugar. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism found that these constant spikes can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding properly to insulin. Dr. Jennifer Reeves, an endocrinologist at Northwestern University, explains, "Insulin resistance doesn't just affect your blood sugar levels, it directly impacts how nutrients reach your muscles. When your muscles can't efficiently access the fuel they need, strength deteriorates, particularly in the legs, where we need it most for mobility. The damage doesn't stop there. Sugar triggers inflammatory responses throughout your body. This chronic inflammation attacks muscle tissue and slows the natural repair processes that maintain muscle strength. For seniors already experiencing age-related muscle loss, this sugar-induced inflammation accelerates weakness, especially in the larger muscles of your legs that support your entire body. Sugar also affects your bone health, a critical component of leg strength. Research from Tufts University shows that high sugar consumption increases calcium excretion through your urine. In simple terms, sugar causes your body to flush away the very mineral your bones need to stay strong. This silent calcium drain weakens the foundation that your leg muscles rely on. The most insidious aspect of sugar is how it hides in seemingly innocent foods. Let me show you where sugar might be lurking in your daily diet. That healthy breakfast cereal can contain up to 4 teaspoons of added sugar per serving. That's 16 grams! Look for terms like glucose, fructose, corn syrup, or anything ending in "osed" on the ingredient list. The fruit-flavored yogurt marketed for bone health might contain more sugar than a candy bar, often 20 grams per serving. Even those with low-fat labels often compensate with extra sugar. Your whole grain bread likely contains added sweeteners, around 2–3 grams per slice. Multiply that by 2 slices per sandwich, and you're consuming significant amounts without realizing it. Flavored coffee drinks are particularly troublesome. A typical sweet coffee drink can contain up to 11 teaspoons of sugar, more than an entire day's recommended limit for adults. That's 44 grams in just one beverage. Sports drinks, often marketed as health products, typically contain 5 to 8 teaspoons, 20–32 grams per bottle. Even seemingly savory items like pasta sauce is at up to 12 grams per serving, salad dressing 5–7 grams per serving, and ketchup 4 grams per tablespoon frequently contain added sugars that contribute to your daily total. The good news is that reducing sugar can lead to surprisingly quick improvements in leg strength. Just 2 weeks after cutting back on obvious sugars, Howard noticed his legs felt less stiff in the morning. After a month, the ache that had plagued his knees began to subside. By the 3-month mark, he could walk up his driveway without needing to stop and rest, something he hadn't been able to do for nearly a year. Here are practical ways to reduce sugar without feeling deprived. Replace soda and sweet tea with flavored water infused with berries, cucumber, or citrus fruits. This provides flavor without the sugar load. For breakfast, choose plain oatmeal and add natural sweetness with berries or a small banana instead of pre-sweetened cereals. Plain Greek yogurt with fresh fruit gives you protein without the sugar load of flavored varieties. Try adding a sprinkle of cinnamon, which can enhance sweetness perception. When baking at home, you can often reduce the sugar called for by 1/3 without noticing much difference in taste. What changes could you make to reduce sugar in your diet? Which sugary foods might you try replacing first? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your ideas might inspire others on their journey to stronger legs and better mobility. Our third culprit silently weakening your legs is high-sodium foods, the salt trap that might be sabotaging your mobility and independence without you even realizing it. Have you noticed your shoes feeling tighter at the end of the day? Do your ankles or calves sometimes appear puffy? Are your legs feeling heavy and fatigued more quickly than they used to? These subtle signs might be your body's way of telling you that your sodium intake is affecting your leg strength. Let me share Eleanor's story. At 78, this retired nurse from Chicago prided herself on her health knowledge. Yet she couldn't understand why her legs felt increasingly heavy and weak. I wasn't adding much salt to my food at the table, so I figured my sodium intake was fine, Eleanor explained. What I didn't realize was how much hidden salt was in almost everything I ate. When Eleanor kept a food diary at her doctor's suggestion, the results were eye-opening. Her typical day included a bowl of canned soup for lunch, almost 1,000 mg of sodium, a frozen dinner, another fun 200 mg, and various snacks throughout the day. Without realizing it, Eleanor was consuming nearly triple the recommended sodium limit of 500 mg for seniors with her seemingly modest meals. But what makes excess sodium so damaging to your leg strength? The science is clear and concerning. When you consume too much salt, your body holds onto extra water to dilute it. This excess fluid often settles in your lower extremities due to gravity, causing swelling in your feet, ankles, and calves. Dr. Michael Chen, a cardiovascular specialist at Johns Hopkins University, explains, "This fluid retention doesn't just make your legs feel heavy. It actually reduces proper blood circulation and oxygen delivery to your muscles. When your leg muscles don't receive adequate oxygen and nutrients, they literally can't generate the energy needed for strength and endurance." A groundbreaking 2022 study published in the Journal of Hypertension found that seniors consuming high-sodium diets experienced up to 24% reduction in leg muscle performance compared to those on low-sodium diets. This research demonstrates that the effects go beyond simple water retention. The problem extends beyond fluid retention. High sodium intake raises your blood pressure, forcing your heart to work harder to pump blood throughout your body. This increased pressure damages the small blood vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles. A study from the American Heart Association found that for every 1,000 mg increase in daily sodium intake, there was a measurable decrease in blood flow to the extremities, particularly affecting the legs. Sodium also disrupts the critical mineral balance needed for proper muscle function. It causes increased calcium excretion through your urine, which doesn't just affect your bone health. It impacts how your muscles contract and relax. This mineral imbalance can lead to muscle cramps, weakness, and poor coordination. Let's identify the hidden sources of sodium in your diet. A single serving of breakfast cereal can contain 300 mg of sodium. 2 slices of bread add another 300 mg. These seemingly innocent foods contribute significantly to your daily sodium intake. A sandwich with deli meat packs around 500 mg, more than half the daily recommended limit for many seniors. A visual cue. If it comes in a package and can sit on a shelf for weeks, it likely contains significant sodium. Even healthy options like cottage cheese 400-500 mg per half cup or vegetable juice after around 500 mg cup can be sodium bombs in disguise. Restaurant meals present an even greater challenge. A typical restaurant entree can contain your entire day's sodium allowance in just one meal. Fast food is particularly problematic. A standard burger, fries, and pickle can deliver more than 2,000 mg of sodium in a single sitting. For Eleanor, the most surprising sources were medications. Many over-the-counter pain relievers and antacids contain significant amounts of sodium. Some effervescent tablets can contain up to 500 mg of sodium per dose. Fortunately, reducing your sodium intake can lead to rapid improvements in leg strength and comfort. Just 3 days after cutting back on high-sodium foods, Eleanor noticed less swelling in her ankles. Within 2 weeks, her legs felt lighter and stairs became easier to navigate. After a month of consistent low-sodium eating, she could walk 3 blocks to her favorite coffee shop without the leg fatigue and pain that had previously limited her. Here are practical ways to reduce sodium in your diet. Start by focusing on fresh, whole foods whenever possible. Fresh meats contain significantly less sodium than processed versions like bacon, sausage, or deli meats. Fresh or frozen vegetables without sauce have minimal sodium compared to canned varieties. If you must use canned vegetables, rinse them thoroughly under cold water to remove up to 40% of the sodium. When cooking at home, experiment with herbs, spices, citrus juices, and vinegars to add flavor without salt. Italian herbs like basil, oregano, and thyme can transform a dish. Garlic, onions, and black pepper add depth that makes salt less necessary. What high-sodium foods are you regularly consuming? Which ones might you try replacing first? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experiences might help others recognize hidden sources of sodium in their own diets. Now that we understand the 3 foods silently weakening our legs, let's focus on practical, actionable steps to transform your diet and reclaim your strength and mobility. This isn't about temporary changes or strict diets. It's about sustainable adjustments that can dramatically improve your quality of life. Let's start with meal planning, one of the most effective strategies for maintaining a healthy diet. Dr. Lisa Martinez, A geriatric nutritionist at UCLA Medical Center explained. Meal planning eliminates the what's for dinner stress that often leads to choosing convenient but processed options. For seniors, having a structured plan can increase consumption of whole foods by up to 60%. Here's a simple weekly meal planning template you can implement immediately. Begin by designating one day each week, perhaps Sunday afternoon, for planning and preparation. Spend just 30 minutes mapping out your meals for the upcoming week, focusing on fresh, whole foods. Create a shopping list organized by store sections as produce, protein, dairy, etc. to make shopping more efficient and reduce impulse purchases of processed foods. Incorporate batch cooking into your routine. Eleanor, whom we met earlier, now prepares a large pot of vegetable soup every Sunday, providing ready-to-heat meals throughout the week without the sodium of commercial soups. Research shows that having healthy prepared options reduces processed food consumption by nearly 70%. Now, let's look at specific meal suggestions that support leg strength for breakfast. Consider a protein-rich meal like Greek yogurt with fresh berries and a sprinkle of walnuts. The protein supports muscle maintenance, while berries provide antioxidants that fight inflammation. Visualize a beautiful bowl with white yogurt, vibrant berries, and crunchy nuts, appealing to both your eyes and palate. Another excellent breakfast option is 2 eggs with avocado and whole grain toast. Eggs provide high-quality protein, while avocados offer healthy fats that reduce inflammation. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who consumed eggs regularly maintained significantly better muscle mass than those who didn't. For lunch, consider a colorful salad with mixed greens, grilled chicken, a variety of vegetables, and an olive oil-based dressing. This provides lean protein and numerous vitamins and minerals that support muscle function. The visual appeal of a rainbow-colored salad makes healthy eating more enjoyable. Another lunch option is a quinoa bowl with roasted vegetables and salmon. Quinoa provides complete protein, while salmon offers omega-3 fatty acids that combat inflammation. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reports that omega-3 consumption is directly correlated with better leg strength in adults over 65. For dinner, try baked fish with roasted sweet potatoes and steamed broccoli. This combination provides protein, complex carbohydrates, and crucial vitamins that support muscle recovery. The orange sweet potatoes and green broccoli create an appetizing visual contrast on your plate. Another dinner option is a stir-fry with lean protein, plenty of colorful vegetables, and brown rice. The quick cooking method preserves nutrients, while the variety of vegetables ensures a wide range of vitamins and minerals. For snacks, keep ready to eat options like hard-boiled eggs, cut vegetables with hummus, or a small handful of nuts. These provide sustained energy without the inflammatory effects of processed snacks. Having these prepared in advance makes choosing healthy options easier when hunger strikes. Let's also address practical shopping strategies. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store first, where fresh foods are typically located. Fill your cart with produce, lean proteins, and dairy before venturing into the center aisles where processed foods dominate. Read labels carefully, looking specifically for sodium content, added sugars, and trans fats, often listed as partially hydrogenated oils. A practical rule: if you can't pronounce an ingredient, consider whether it belongs in your body. Consider joining a community-supported agriculture (CSA) program or visiting farmers' markets for fresh, seasonal produce. Many offer senior discounts and provide fresher options than supermarkets. What about eating out? You can still maintain your healthy eating habits. Don't hesitate to ask how foods are prepared and request modifications, such as dressings on the side, no added salt, or substituting vegetables for starchy sides. Look for menu items that are baked, grilled, steamed, or roasted rather than fried or sautéed in heavy sauces. Consider sharing an entree or immediately boxing half your meal, as restaurant portions are often much larger than necessary. What small changes do you think you could implement this week? Perhaps preparing one batch, cooked meal, or replacing one processed snack with a fresh alternative. Share your meal planning ideas in the comments. Your creativity might inspire others on their journey to stronger legs. We've now uncovered the 3 hidden culprits that might be silently weakening your legs after 60 processed foods loaded with trans fats, refined sugars triggering inflammation, and high sodium foods causing fluid retention. More importantly, we've explored practical, actionable strategies to eliminate these foods from your diet and replace them with nourishing alternatives that support your leg strength and overall mobility. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. The strength of your legs isn't just about age. It's significantly influenced by your daily food choices. Every meal represents an opportunity to either support or undermine your mobility and independence. As Dr. William Chen from the National Institute on Aging emphasizes, nutrition is one of the most powerful yet underutilized tools we have for maintaining strength and mobility as we age. The research is clear and compelling. A landmark 2022 study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed seniors over a 3-year period and found that those who reduced consumption of processed foods, refined sugar, and high sodium items experienced up to 34% improvement in leg strength compared to those who maintained their regular eating habits. This improvement translated directly to better balance, increased walking speed, and greater independence in daily activities. What's particularly encouraging is how quickly your body can respond to positive dietary changes. Many of the seniors in our stories began noticing improvements within just 2-3 weeks. Eleanor's ankle swelling decreased after just 3 days of reducing sodium. Howard's morning leg stiffness improved within 2 weeks of cutting back on sugar. Margaret noticed less heaviness in her legs after 3 weeks of eliminating processed foods. Remember, you don't need to transform your entire diet overnight. Small, consistent changes can lead to remarkable improvements. Research shows that reducing these problematic foods by even 25% can improve leg strength by up to 30% within just 6 or 8 weeks. Start with whichever change feels most manageable for you. Perhaps swapping that morning pastry for eggs and fruit, replacing one processed dinner with a home-cooked meal each week, or reading labels to identify and reduce hidden sodium. The journey to stronger legs and greater mobility is uniquely personal. Your specific dietary adjustments will depend on your current habits, preferences, and lifestyle. The key is to begin making conscious choices rather than defaulting to convenience or long-established patterns. Each mindful decision about what goes on your plate is an investment in your continued independence and quality of life. I'd love to hear which aspects of today's discussion resonated most with you. Which of these 3 foods do you think might be having the greatest impact on your leg strength? What specific change do you feel most motivated to implement first? Perhaps you've already begun making some of these adjustments and have noticed improvements in how your legs feel or function. Share your thoughts, experiences, and questions in the comments below. Your insights might help others in our community who are facing similar challenges. Remember, we're on this journey together, supporting each other toward better health and enhanced mobility. If you found value in today's discussion, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're committed to providing evidence-based, practical information that empowers you to take control of your health and maintain your independence. By subscribing, you'll ensure you don't miss our upcoming videos on other crucial aspects of healthy aging. Thank you for joining me today on Wise Words. Remember that your strength and mobility are significantly influenced by your daily choices. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your body and support your leg strength. Small, consistent changes can lead to remarkable improvements in how you move through the world. Your journey to stronger legs and greater independence begins with the very next meal you choose to prepare or purchase. Until next time, Here's to your health, your strength, and your continued independence.